Hello, my Astro and Crypto friends. I hope you're well. I wish you a nice August. This time I'll do a separate video, one for Bitcoin and an astrology one. I think it will be easier for you to watch. In this video, we're going to look at August. It's going to be an interesting month because there are a lot of things happening. The last part of this video, I'll go through all the signs and tell you a few keywords and tips on Venus retrograde. Remember that this is a general reading. If you like your own horoscopes and predictions, my email is in the description. You can get in touch with me and I'll give you all the information. So what we have during the last 10 days of July with Pluto square to the nodes, I think a lot of us felt like we were at crossroads. Venus, Pluto, and Neptune form an aspect called Yod, or Finger of God. You can see the aspect on the map. Venus was stationary that time, meaning not moving, and getting ready to turn retrograde, and also turn from evening star to a morning star. When a planet is not moving, it's in astrology, we consider it stronger than usual. The Yod is an aspect showing the way. You see the arrow there. And the planet, in this case, the prominent planet, as you see, is Venus. And where Venus is pointing, what's her message? Remember now that the planet is retrograde. So I believe the message here is a question that goes to all of us. And the question for the month is, do you enjoy and love what you do? Is it worth it? Do you like the one you're with? For each of us is different. When I go through the signs later on, I'll tell you which part of your life is Venus pointing at. The first week of August is nice. There is a full moon in Aquarius on the 1st, plus the nice angle of Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury that lasts for a while. This shows fun times and travel, optimism, and also good news for a lot of you. The economy looks a bit shaky from the 8th until the 17th, and this is shown with the Venus-Uranus aspect. After the August 13, retrograde Venus conjuncts the Sun. That means Venus is between the Sun and the Earth. She's in the heart of the Sun. Well, this goes for all of us, but more if your birthday is around August 13. This is the time that a lot of us will probably realize something important and decide to announce it or make it public. Others could meet somebody new and important in their lives, let's say a faded relationship. The new moon in Leo on the 16th is full of surprises with Uranus being involved. This goes for all of us, but especially if you were born around the days of the new moon. There could be a strong feeling or an urgent need to break free from restrictions and start something new around that time. The next full moon in Pisces is a serious one. The mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius, may have to take a big decision to end something. For more important things about August, few more important things about August, and we'll move to the signs. There is also a stellium in Earth signs. A stellium is when 3 planets or more are in the same sign, plus Mars and Mercury in Virgo. So there is not only a mood to enjoy and have fun in August with the Leo planets, but there is also a strong need to be more productive and efficient. You probably do a bit more cleaning also this period. August and September are not months for major life changes, but it's a period of going back and reviewing our past actions. And I'm saying that because by the end of the month, 7 planets are going to be retrograde. This is not really anything tragic. But now I would like to talk a little more about Venus, because not only she's the main actress of the month, but she was also a fellow citizen a long time ago. Venus, that's her Roman Latin name. The Greek name, as you know, is Aphrodite. In astrology, is the planet that represents our values, money, beauty, harmony, and also relationships, and more. She will be retrograde until the beginning of September. The retrograde of Venus usually lasts from 40 to 44 days. In many religions, if you know, that's the period of the Lent. Well, imagine with the planet of pleasure going retrograde, like 40 days. I'm not sure if that's a coincidence or they did it on purpose. Venus is not a planet that creates events, and she's not going to be visible in the sky in August. When Venus is retrograde, it's the best time to go to the past and review our past actions and behaviors. Because Venus represents partnerships and finances, that's the themes we usually go back and examine. Venus takes about 245 days to go around the sun. And in a personal horoscope, Venus is the planet that shows many things, but mainly what we enjoy, what we like, what we look for in relationships, but also how we spend our money. By the way, did you know that Venus was born in Cyprus, about 40 kilometers from the way I live? This is the place that the goddess Venus was born, in Paphos, Cyprus. And these are Aphrodite's bath, where she was meeting with her lover Adonis. I mean, it's not really Niagara Falls, but it looks very romantic to me. And this is Aphrodite's sanctuary. See, also you're learning about history today. I'm not sure if you ever saw that. This is the orbit of Venus around the Sun in 8 years, which is Venus cycle. But when you watch it, isn't it amazing that the planet of beauty and harmony forms a beautiful flower that looks like a rose or a water lily to me? But just watch this. I think this is really nice. At the moment, until October, Venus will be in the sign of Leo. Leo is fun, and in Leo, Venus knows what she wants, and she usually gets it. But this combination in a personal horoscope shows someone who likes to take risks with money, including gambling. And I believe until the beginning of October, it's good to be a bit cautious with risky investments and gambling. Another thing, that there is a lack of element of air this month, and the air planets are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there is a lack of new ideas and also communication. I mean, don't worry if you haven't talked to your friends for a while. That's a big normal. But also Mercury and Mars, they are in Virgo. And Virgo loves to analyze everything. But their aim is to improve. So this is going to be the aim this month, to improve our lives. But first we have to realize or find out what we really love to do. Virgo also finds mistakes very easily, so you need to avoid, let's say until mid-September, too much criticism, especially self-criticism for past mistakes. I believe it's a good idea not to try and change others by telling them what's wrong with them, because everybody's a bit sensitive with criticism around this time. It's also normal if you feel quite lonely around this time too, with Venus retrograde, or misplace and lose things. Don't be surprised if out of the blue you receive a call from a past lover or partner. I can't tell you if it's a good idea to start a relationship with Venus retrograde. For everyone is different, I guess, but I believe it's a good idea not to rush into any commitments. There is one more important message this month from the North Node that is also, it shows where do we have to go, where do we have to evolve, where is our success. And the North Node just moved to Aries. This is another 18-month cycle, but the North Node is showing us the way to go. So the North Node just moved to Aries, and as you know, Aries is courageous, it's passionate, it's confident, and it goes for what it wants. And with the North Node in Aries, one important message is that you should not let your fears hold you back from pursuing your goals. This is also a cycle, this cycle also occurred 18 years ago, and before that 18 years ago. But remember what was going in your life between 2004 and 2006. For me, I moved that time. I used to live in the country for a while, and I started a new business. Now, 18 years later, it's funny, but this cycle brings a similar situation because I have to move again. My landlord will like the house back in a few months. I said before that I was indecisive, and that's because at the moment I'm not sure where I want to move, out in the country or stay here in the city, and I can't decide. If you have doubts about a decision, then the decision maybe goes against what your heart is looking for. I've heard this somewhere, and I think it makes sense. Now let's move to the signs. Remember to listen to your rising sign, because this will show you the area that Venus is pointing at. So let's start. For Aries, retrograde Venus is in your 5th house. That's the house of creativity, joy, children, fun. So this makes it a great time to review your creativity. Maybe you want to revise the way your creativity or find new ways to do that. But also review your love relationships. What do you want from love? Find new ways to enjoy yourself. Another thing that the 5th house represents is children. So maybe some of you are wondering if it's time to have a child. This is not the best time for major financial risks or gambling. Mercury and Mars are in Virgo, are in the part of your health and daily routine. So I think it's a good idea to take advantage of this time and find ways to improve your health, but also make your daily routine nicer and try to enjoy yourself more. For Taurus, Venus is your ruling planet and is retrograde in your 4th house, the area of home and family. With Mercury and Mars in a favorable aspect to your sign, it's a great time to work on your relationships and improve them, especially family relationships. It is also a great time to improve your home. Maybe you are redecorating or you're fixing things around the house. It's not a good time to move before mid-August. But I'm sure also that it's not the best time to buy or sell a house, probably because you might not get the price you want. For Geminis, The question is, are you happy with your environment or your neighborhood, or would you like to change things? Instead of being too hard on yourself for past mistakes, it will be for your advantage if you use this time to learn new skills, improve your writing, and try and doing things different. But also it's important to find some time to enjoy yourself. With Mars and Mercury in a difficult aspect to your sign, you can achieve a lot, but many times you're a bit snappy. You might get upset about something and say things that you might regret later. So try to be patient, especially from mid-August until mid-September. And for Cancers, for you, Venus retrograde is going through your second house. That's the area of money and values. You can take advantage of this time and try to find new ways to earn money to increase your income. You may look for new ways of saving or investing, but I also think that you have to think what has really value for you. And are you enjoying it? Maybe the way you make money, because it's in the second house. That's the house that shows how we earn our money. But it's good to be cautious with your handling of money. It's not a good idea to ask for a loan around this time. For Leos, first of all, happy birthday. With the Sun and Venus in your sign, the spotlight is on you this month. Although you may be in a mood to relax and have a good time, it looks like with the Sun in your sign, you feel extra confident, and sometimes you may be too straightforward. Well, if you like to have a good time and to avoid misunderstandings, it's good to be a bit more cautious with your behavior around this time. Being more diplomatic this month will do wonders for you. For Virgos, you can achieve a lot, especially the first part of the month, with Mars and Mercury in your sign. You feel confident and active, and although you're a kind and helpful sign, a couple of events this month will really play a number of your nerves. Venus retrograde is in your 12th house. This means that you also need some rest, or you might be in the mood to be alone sometimes. It's also a good time to eliminate things or habits that are not good for you. In case you meet someone new, do not rush into any commitments. Venus in the 12th acts a bit strange in relationships. For Libra, Venus is your ruling planet also, together with Taurus, and is retrograde in your 11th house. That's the area of future goals, friendships, social causes. But this makes it a great time to review and maybe even change some of your future goals and expectations. It also means that you probably meet with friends that you haven't seen for a while, or meet a new friend that will end up being very important in your life. Or some of you might get some kind of award or promotion in your professional life. You should not allow, though, your insecurities to stop you from what you want to achieve in the future. And Scorpio, although you're going to have positive developments this month, with Venus retrograde in the house of your career, some developments or events in your workplace or your career will make you to re-examine and probably question if you really enjoy your work or your profession. This is really a great time to take care of things and complete important work, but also projects. But it's also a great time to try and find new ways to make your business more profitable and more enjoyable also. Also, you might get some opportunities this month, but I think it's best to avoid any new long-term commitments at work for now. Well, until maybe mid-October. For Sagittarius, it looks like you're going to have some really nice time in August with your ruling planet Jupiter making nice aspects to Mars and Venus, but also Mercury. New opportunities, travel, good news will bring you joy. With Venus retrograde in the area of your beliefs, philosophy, travel, law, education, it's time to reevaluate all this. I mean, your beliefs and what you like to learn, what you like to study, but also your future goals. Don't be surprised if you change your mind for something that for a long time you believed it was true. Some of you will decide to make changes in your travel plans, and others will start making new ones. With Mars and Mercury in your 10th house, well, this is a sign for some extra responsibilities and duties. You might find yourself getting really upset sometimes. That's because both Mars and Mercury are in a difficult angle to your sign, but also Saturn, so there is kind of more responsibility. But what I believe is that you will achieve more if you try to relax and don't try to control everything and everyone, my dear Sagittarius. For Capricorn, although you might be in a mood to travel and have fun, with Venus retrograde, you may feel a bit anxious about your finances or for matters that have to do with taxes, loans, banks, or investments. But what Venus is asking from you, being retrograde this time, and in your 8th house, is to first stop worrying, because during the next 12 months with Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune in an auspicious aspect to your sign, your success is guaranteed. And remember, Saturn is also your ruling planet, so it makes more sense. But to achieve more wealth, you also have to reevaluate and examine your relationship to money. Maybe that's your spending, or your saving, or your investing habits. And for Aquarius, with the Sun and retrograde Venus in your 7th, the focus is on your partnerships and relationships. You may suddenly hear from an old lover or a partner. Well, I can't tell you if it's a good idea to go back to an old relationship, but I believe it is wise not to rush into any commitments around this time. In case you feel a bit lonely or there are issues in your relationships, take the time and examine how you behaved before in the past, and also figure out what do you really want in your relationships. And because the 7th house has to do also with business partners, some of you may also have to renegotiate a contract with a business partner. So the last week of August until mid-September, have in mind that being too suspicious will probably work against you. And for Pisces, with Saturn in your sign and Mars and Mercury opposing your sign, August could be a bit hectic month for you. Remember though that your efforts and your hard work will bring you good results. With Venus being retrograde in the area of daily routine and habits, the question for you this month is, are you enjoying your daily routine and your work? This is a great time to think and look for new ways, or even to make changes to enjoy your life more. It is not a good time for major life changes. Better leave that for October. But there's one more thing, because the 6th house is also connected to health. It is also a great time to find ways to improve your health. Maybe more exercise, maybe joining the gym, maybe eating better, and so on. You will get rewarded for that. So that's it, my friend. I hope you enjoy the video. Please don't forget to press the like button. It really helps my channel. So I'm getting ready to start my video for Bitcoin. I hope it will be ready tomorrow. That's it, guys. Take care. Please leave me a comment of what you think. Thank you. Bye.